Hey guys, Marshmallow Trump here, back with another video, and today I'm going to actually go over a Pokemon deck profile. This is pretty easy to make. It only consists of cards that have been in a few decks or just odd commons. They're pretty old, so probably really cheap now. Not only this, but it doesn't have any EX, GX, or what are they called? Ultra Beasts. None of them, so really easy to make, fun deck. Let's get into it. So right off the bat, we've got a Sceptile. It is shiny. You can't really tell because of the camera. Got ability, Power of Nature. Prevent all damage done to your Pokemon that have any grass energy attached to them by attacks from your opponent's Ultra Beasts. Not only this, but it has a 1 energy move. So if you go through all the evolutions and are not getting lucky with getting energy, you'll hopefully have 1. I mean, if you don't, I don't know if you pulled it off really, but it does 20 damage times the amount of energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So obviously it's not a lot, but say you've just swapped it out after making up the Sceptile, and you've got a really injured Pokemon, but with like, I don't know, 5 energy, that's going to be a lot of damage. So there's your Sceptile. Of course, if you're running Sceptile, you're going to need Grovyle. I've got 2 of this Grovyle, and I picked this one. There you go, that's the set. I don't know the set names, sorry, but they're the pictures. The Sceptile was from a Sun and Moon deck, but this Grovyle has Pound, which does 20 damage with 1 energy, 80 health, and Agility, which is why I picked it over the Grovyle included with the Sceptile. The reason being, Agility I think is much better than the attack that had, and the attack that this Grovyle has is 40 damage for 3 energy. 1 has to be grass. But flip a coin. If heads, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. Now, this is really good because your Pokemon could be on 10 health, and literally all you do is evade and get in another 40 damage next turn. If not, retreat, but oftentimes, if it's a close battle and they've both been in since the start, that 40 damage will finish them off. Next up, I've got 2 Trico. I've got 2 of this one and 1 of another one. You can run whatever you want. You can have up to 4 of one Pokemon, and you can pick whichever type you prefer. I've just got 2 of one and 1 of the other because to just basically show that you can use any Trico, but also I do like variety. So Trico 1, that's the set it comes from. It comes from the same one as the Sceptile, and it has Smack, which is 10, and Tail Whip, which is 20. Nothing special. Resistance, no resistance. Weakness 2 to fire. Retreat 1. Health 70. So again, nothing special. I am using 2 of this one. And also for my other Trico, we have this one from this pink set again. And it has quick attack, flip coin, if heads, 10 more damage. So, I mean, it's alright. The other one I'd use if you're going into evolutions, because you are already giving it extra energy so it can use Tail Whip, and obviously when it evolves it carries the energy over, so that's good for preparing for evolutions, whereas this is one that you just have as a standalone. I mean, it's not great obviously, but it's just if you know that you're not going to be getting it anytime soon necessarily, then you go for that. Next up is this Tangela 20th anniversary Pikachu one, well, Pokemon one. I do have a normal one as well, and it is from that set. But yeah, you can use any Tangela, but I like this one. 2 energy with Absorb, heal 20, do 20, and 2 grass and anything for 30 damage, Vine Whip. Obviously that's not stunning, that's a lot of energy for 30 damage, of course, I know, but it's because it can go into this Tangrowth. Again, from this set, like I said, a lot of these are from different decks. Mega Drain, 20 damage, 20 health, 50 damage, and Grass Knot, 10 extra damage for each cost in your opponent's retreat. So if you're going against another of this, that's 120. I'll try and speed up. Next up, I've got Zorok. I've got 2 of this from a Zorok deck, and has Fury swipes, flip 3 coins, does 20 times the number of heads, and Night Days 80 damage. Also, it has a resistance to Psychic, and it's only got 2 retreat, which is pretty good for a final evolution. So that's actually a really good one. It does catch people off guard because they don't expect people to be using Zorok much. Next up, we've got Zorua. Lunge, 30 damage, although it has a chance of doing 0, so that's the one that you want to use to go into the evolution. Again, if you've not got a guaranteed evolution coming at some point, use this one. Your opponent's active Pokemon is confused, and it also has Dark Edge for 2 energy, although you do have to discard 1 for that attack to go through. I do have cards like Energy Retrieval though, so don't worry too much about that. Next up, Latias, again from the pink deck. Psychic Sphere, 20 damage, Psychic Prism, 60, and has a chance of doing 20 more, which is really solid, and of course, it's a legendary, which means it's basic, and it's got 100 hit points, which is very good. Next up, final Psychic, I know there's only 2. Jirachi, 70 health, it's from that set. Wish, search your deck for a card and put it into your hand. That can be any card. It could be energy, a trainer card, a stadium card, any type of Pokemon. And then Heart Sign, which does 50 damage. Now the reason I'm not using 2 Latias, or a Latias and a Latios, is because of this Wish. It's so good. Okay, getting into the normals. Got Unpheasant. It's got evolution skill, so you can evolve it once and then evolve it right after, which is really good. If you don't know where I'm looking, it's up here. Let it focus. So that's pretty good. And then Feather Dance. During your next turn, each of this card's attack do 80 more damage. And it has Sky Attack. Flip a coin if Tails does nothing. So it's a very risk-based one, and if you get the coin flip wrong, you're going to be doing nothing after 2 turns, but if you are using Feather Dance and then Sky Attack, that's going to be 200, which is often more than enough to take out people's big Pokemon like EX and GX. Okay, so I'm running 1 Tranquil as well. Pretty basic, it's mainly just because it is Tranquil. 20 damage, 1 energy, 20 potential of 50 with 2 energy. Then, of course, you'll need Pidove. I do have 2 of this Pidove. Quick Attack just has a chance of doing 20, but again, it's mainly just because it is a Pidove and can go into the Tranquil. Next up here is one of the best things in terms of, not consistency, but being able to be used in multiple scenarios. Got Watchog. Defending Pokemon's confused, and then Flip a Coin has it's 50-50 of doing 60 damage. But that's the set, the Zorok deck. Not only this, but then there's another Watchog. This one's my favourite Watchog. Your opponent reveals his or her hand, choose an item card, and shuffle it into their deck, which is really useful, just a nice disruption. And then also, flip 2 coins, each head discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon, as well as doing 30 damage. So, best one for disruption, although it does have 10 less hit points. And there is actually a third unique Watchog. Scrutinize. Look at top 2 cards of your opponent's deck, discard one of them, put the other one back. This could be amazing. I actually love that ability. Disruption in Watchog, why I always use him. And then Slam. Flip 2 coins, this attack does 60 damage for each heads. So that could be 120 right there. Of course, if you are using Watchog, you're going to need Patrat. So I've got this Patrat, one of this one I think. Glance, look at the top card of your opponent's deck. Obviously, you're only going to use that if you don't have 2 energy, or you're about to go into an evolution. And Tackle, 20 for 2. Pretty basic. The other Patrat, there's 2 of this one. from the Zorok deck. 1 energy, 10 damage, 2 energy, 20 damage. Again, very basic, but it's because it can go into all the different Watchogs. Now, here's some just generic ones that I've got. 50 health. I really like this Dunsparce. Strike and run. Search your deck for up to 3 basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. If you put any Pokemon onto your bench in this way, you can switch this with one of your bench Pokemon. So say it's beginning of the match, you've got this guy out and no one else really, and they've just got like a weak Charmander that they wanted to get into a Charizard. You can use Strike and Run and bring out Latias or a Jirachi or a Patrat. Put all 3 of them on your bench, then swap this out for a Jirachi. Then you could use Jirachi's ability next turn, the Wish, to get a Watchog, to then evolve the Watchog on your bench, and then you're sorted. You're just getting all the searching ability done, which is actually pretty cool for Pokemon. And then Sudden Flash, if you're just wanting to stick in there. Flip coin, if heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed, and it does 10 damage, which for a basic Pokemon, 10 damage and an effect like a 50-50 paralysis, it's really good. Number 2 of the generics, I think there's 3, got Furfurrow. You may draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand, and it's a 1 cost 20. Note that you don't have to do this, so if your deck's running low, don't feel as if you have to do it. And it's 90 health, so it's quite tanky. And then we've got Spinder. 80 health, 1 cost, 30 damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. So this is probably one of the really high attack values for 1 energy basic Pokemon, and it causes confusion. And it's guaranteed confusion as well. So think of all the potential damage that they're going to do to themselves. And now we're into the trainer cards. Nest Ball, search your deck for a basic and put it onto your bench. Then shuffle. So the shuffle bit seems pointless, but like what makes it really good is like say they've looked through your top cards like with a Watchog or something and edited them, shuffled them about. You can just shuffle it and get what you want again. Next up, Acrobike. Look at top 2 cards of your deck, put 1 into your hand, discard the other. That's when you're running really low, or if you just want to get through your deck faster, make it smaller, get a higher chance of getting all the good stuff. It is a bummer when there's 2 really good cards though. Pokemon Communication. Reveal a Pokemon in your hand, put it on top of your deck, then search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. This it's not limited rather to basic or an evolution, so you can go for pretty much any Pokemon. Giovanni's Scheme, there's many commons. I've put in a shiny because I like it being shiny, but you can get a lot of commons. Like, I've got so many from various boosters and decks. Choose one, draw until you have 5 in your hand, or your Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage before applying weakness, but it's 20 extra damage, who can complain? Or draw, which is, let's face it, you're going to be using the draw a lot more often, but the 20 damage is an option that can come in handy. Our only other supporter, Professor Kukui. Draw 2 cards, and this turn your Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage. So you could be at 5 cards, so Giovanni's Scheme isn't really useful, and then draw 2 more and get the attack boost. Very useful. Any energy retrieval will do. I just like this artwork. Put 2 basic energy cards from your discard into your hand. That's one of the ones I was on about earlier, if you are discarding for certain attacks. Then you've got Professor's Letter. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energies, reveal them, put them into your hand. So if you're running low or need a certain type, because I don't have much leaf energy, so I'll come to that later. But obviously there's a lot of leaf Pokemon, more grass type Pokemon, so obviously being able to search that out is useful. But say if you had like a Zorok, but no dark energy, that's great. Potion, any type of potion can do. You could even use something like the big, what's it called, big Malasada, like the donut thing. You can use any healing based one. You could use Super Potion, Max Potion. They do get rid of energy, those ones, but obviously you've got retrieval. I just like potion because it's not got any drawbacks, although Big Malasada doesn't have any drawbacks either. So you could use that as well. And then we've got 5 leaf energy. I won't show you the energy. Then we have 6 psychic energy. And then 11 dark energy. Now, ideally, you'd have 11 leaf energy and 5 dark energy, but it's fine either way, because as you've noticed, there are a lot of normal type Pokemon, so it doesn't really matter. It's just better to have more leaf than dark, because there are more leaf than dark. Grass, sorry, I keep saying leaf. So I hope you enjoyed. Give it a go. It's pretty fun. Obviously, it's not made to be the best, it's just because it's easy to make. Hope you enjoyed this video, hope you enjoyed that. If you enjoy these types of videos, let me know and I will make them for both Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! See you guys next time.